Tuesday, the 26th of September, 2017. This morning, new hens seemed to have got the hang of the ladder and came down from the coop unaided. The old girls have at last ventured forth amongst them. All is well in the hen compound. Nikki has her day off work today, and she and I are well pleased with the harmony that seems to have been achieved down at the hen compound. They are lovely hens to look at, and are sweet-natured as well. The two little ones spent some time with them. They have chosen one each as a pet. Jonty has chosen a dark feathered bird who appears to have a lacy collar or necklace around her neck. He has called her Princess. Roses is a much lighter hen, and she has called her Honey, because her feathers are of a honey colour. I feel still sad for David, who was so looking forward to his blue egg-laying Araucana chickens, and discussed this with Nikki. A little later in the day, Nikki came into the garden to say she had managed to find 2 Araucanas for sale quite locally. "Okay," I said, "I'm going to buy them for David as a surprise." We rang the number and arranged to collect on Saturday morning. Thinking they may not integrate too well with such a large flock of existing chickens, we also went online to search for a small igloo, and a few hours later found one at a bargain price to be delivered this Thursday. I was so excited. It would make David so happy. He'd been working so hard lately, and I thought he would be so delighted. During the course of the afternoon, while talking to the seller, we discovered that the Araucana were a pair. Mr. and Mrs. Araucana. Oh, well, I thought, one of them will give David blue eggs for him to make gifts of. He doesn't eat eggs anyway, as he's a vegan, so all will be well. The seller also told us that if we let the cockerel run free, the other hens may lay blue eggs. I couldn't quite see how that might happen, but I am no expert on the sex life and reproduction habits of Araucana cockerels and Rhode Island red hens. When David came home, I couldn't wait to give him the news. Well, I didn't get the reception that I was expecting. "A cockerel," he said. "It'll be crowing night and day. What will the neighbours say?" I personally quite like the sound of a cock crowing, and as we live in the country, a stone's throw from a farm, it didn't seem too bad a plan. Then David said, "Given that we are trying to live an ethical life, was it ethical to eat fertilised egg which could be allowed to be hatched into a living creature?" Put like that, and after some thought I could see his point. At first I said how good these eggs would be for the children, and that I had read that fertilised eggs contained auxins, which made them especially good and nourishing, but it didn't alter the fact that the very ethic that we were trying to live by would be compromised. Therefore, there was nothing to do other than ring up and cancel having Mr. and Mrs. Araucana. David did say, "Well, let's just buy the hen," but the thought of splitting them up seemed just as appalling to me. Nobody wants cockerels, and left alone without a purpose, he would almost certainly meet a sad end. Cockerels, from the moment they are born in the egg industry, are not wanted. They are identified just after hatching, separated, and are pushed roughly down a chute to be ground up as pet food. Much the same as the unwanted male goats and calves, although they do not end up as pet food. They do end up as human food. No egg production, no milk production, no life. We now have a small igloo arriving on Thursday, but no Araucanas. It should be music for the little ones this afternoon, but because it is their sister Carla's birthday tomorrow, they're going to do art instead and design her a birthday card each. The results are very creative. She will be pleased. So much better than buying a card designed by someone else. They colour their love for her into it.